Hey, happy Friday, everybody. It's we're filming a little bit late, so this will be the first newsletter of 2016. Why am I wearing my regular hat? I should be wearing my cowboy hat. Dad, you want to hand that to me? I don't know what I was thinking.
Here, I'll get it.
So we're still going to keep rolling. And I lost my hat, man. We don't edit here, boys and girls. We're rolling, so we're just going to roll with it here. Let me switch out my hats. This is my coffee and questions hat. This is my newsletter hat. Now, I knew something wasn't right. Now we're good. We're good to go. All right, so here's the deal. Couple of announcements. This is, like I say, this is our first newsletter. I think this will be 160, I believe. Now, this one is going to be the next lesson in a tutorial of teaching my grandson Eric. You guys have seen him before. So you want to go back to 152 is where he did his first, the first primary lesson. So we're going to extend on to that, continue on. Before I get into that, I need to make an announcement in regards to makeawoodsign.com. And I've already heard from a couple people, the shopping cart is down right now. We're having it kind of revamped and stuff, and many of you have known that we've had some little issues trying to get that all straightened out. So our webmaster guy is taking it down. We don't know exactly when it'll be back up. So the most important thing is that if you need to order, you can go to the Dave Signs site, and I'll put the link, I'll put the deal right here on the screen so that you can just copy and paste it, or it might be a link. The other thing is, if you're a premium member, don't do that because there's no place to put in that code. So just call us. Just call us. And any of you guys can call us, obviously, and order anything you need, router bits or router base or whatever. If you need to order something, you might be better off just calling us. And we'll get that we'll get the shopping cart on makeawoodsign.com up as soon as we can. Our guy's working on it right now. So that takes care of that business. All right, so here's what we're going to do. This is the board back on 153 that Eric laid out. He laid out these letters. So what we're going to do today, we're going to make some sawdust. So I'm going to, Eric, I want you to kind of watch what I'm doing here. And Dad, you'll be following me along too. And I want to kind of explain what I'm doing. I'm going to set the depth on the router so you don't have to mess with that. And for you guys out there, in case you didn't know, in order to set the depth, again, I don't really go by the depth, I go by the width of the cut. Now these are 2-inch letters, so there'll be a double cut on there, an inside and an outside. First thing I'm going to do actually is put some silicone on there. Well, and then there's something else I got to do too. Oh man. Okay, so I need my base to slide well, so I'm just going to put a little bit of silicone spray on there. And you guys have seen, I've used that before. It's just a silicone spray, but you could use, gosh, you could use just about anything. You could use WD-40 if you don't have anything else, or oil or whatever, just something to make your router base slide. So now we've got that handled. Now, because I've laid this out, there may be some residue of ink, still ink or paint. I think I used Rust-Oleum on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a sanding block. You can take sandpaper, and I'm just going to kind of go over that to take anything that's loose off of there. Then I'm going to take my stiff bristle brush, and I'm going to brush it. That way I know there's no residue left on there. So I've got this going, and I've got that pretty much cleaned off. Now what I'm going to do is set my depth. You with me, Dad?
I'm sure with you.
Okay, so I'm going to set my depth. I'm just going to kind of eyeball this. That might be about right, but I might have to reset it. So what I'm going to set is probably around 3/16. I really don't know. I kind of go by eyeball. Any of you that have watched me before, you know that. So let me make a pass on this O, and we're going to cut all of these inset letters today, by the way. Paying attention, Eric?
Yeah.
Okay, as you guys can see, I did a cut around the outside and then I went back into the inside. So there's a double cut there. This bit is getting a little bit dull. I should have touched it up and sharpened it before I started. But it'll do. It'll work. So, what I didn't do, gosh darn it, what I didn't do before we started, so again, we don't edit, we just roll with it. I should have drawn a line top and bottom on these letters. Now these letters are specifically rounded at the bottom of the top, so it's not as critical. But when Eric's going to be doing these E's on his board, it will be critical. So you got to, let me stand up here. You got to kind of put a line all the way across at the top and the bottom of the letters, so that when you're carving, you have a reference line to go by in case the letter is just out of whack a little bit. I got to touch that up. That's
So your peripheral vision will pick up that line, so you'll stay within the, keep your letter the same size, all of the letters be the same size.
exactly,
Right.
exactly, just like you taught me 40, 50 years ago. That's better. I feel better about that. It's just a little bit I had to touch up there. Okay, so I'm going to get out of the way. Eric, the depth is already set for you. So what you need to do is do the sanding block, this stiff bristle brush, and the lines up on the top and the bottom. Okay? So I'll get out of your way, get my hunk of wood out of your way, and you can go after it. What'd you do to your finger? How come you got a Band-Aid on your finger?
I accidentally smashed a rock.
Oh, that's when you smashed it earlier. You told me about that. Yeah. I have him working on the rock pile when he's not in here making sawdust. Lion's talking about. Now you probably want to stand up for this, Eric, so you can see, you get a much better view of what you got there.
Right.
There you go. And the bottom. Okay. Pretty good. Looks good. Here, I'll get that out of your way for you. All right. So what do we? What's the first rule?
Been so long.
First rule is don't cut your finger off.
Right.
That's first rule. I didn't bring your goggles out too. I need to go get your goggles. So hang with me, guys. So you guys just talk amongst yourself. I'll be right back to go get your goggles. Grandpa, you can help him out there if you want.
Okay.
Actually, I have something to mention. Me and my friend Skylar, we're going to do a YouTube series with games. I'm going to be Shish Bob. I forgot Skylar's name, but starting here soon, we're going to be doing videos.
That has nothing at all to do with carving signs.
I'm just mentioning
I
that.
I know you're just trying to pass time, but let's talk about signs. On that, where are you going to start? Which letters are you going to do first?
I'm going to do from E to, I'm going to start at the E's for now. So that can start refreshing my memory.
All right. And you've got how many letters there to do?
8.
You got 8 letters. You may not do all of the letters.
Right.
Papa may stop you somewhere that you're not going to do all the letters, but okay.
All right. Here
He
we
started
go.
talking about the
just mentioned
YouTube stuff that he and his friend are going to make with games and
I
stuff.
just figured.
So
Yeah,
I got him back talking about signs.
That's probably a good idea. Good idea. So Eric, or do you feel too close, or do you might want to back up your chair a little bit, because you need to be. Remember, you need to have the vision down under here, Nanny. If you need to move out the board, remember you can move that board wherever
Right.
you want it. But if you're too much over the top of it,
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying? You'll have to bow your back and you'll get your back all in a bow. Now, what I would do is try and, since you're going to start there, go ahead and move that board to where that E is kind of right in your center. That way, you've got the most power, most control when everything's in your center.
Okay.
Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Okay, here you go. Okay, after you're done with this letter, Eric, go ahead and shut the router off because I want to talk to you about something.
Okay.
Be careful. There you go. Now the best way to when you did that, you know how it was in here and you shut the hit the button.
Right.
What you probably would have been better off doing is tipping the router up, getting it away from the wood, then shut it off.
Okay.
Then you can either then you can do exactly what you did like that, making sure it doesn't catch that. Now, the one thing that I was noticing and Grandpapa was noticing too is that when you were cutting, you had your hands on the handles, but over here you had your hand clear above and you didn't have any contact with the, remember how I've talked to you about that before?
Right.
That it's better if you, and I know it's been a while, you haven't cut signs since, gosh, it's been months. I know it's been probably 6 months. So remember, you got to have contact on both sides. Now here, you don't have the board, but it's not real thick, so you can have your hand down here, and then you've got this over here, and you want to be in contact with your palms of your hands over here.
Okay.
That might give you a little bit better control. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's do another letter. Go ahead and turn it off for a second. There you go. Now,
He didn't understand what you
yeah,
said.
he didn't understand what I was saying. So, with the router off, I want you to put your hands on the handles. Now, see where your hand is right now? You're not in contact with here at all. Watch the difference. Now here, I don't have my hand all over the handle.
Right.
I've got my hand here, and I'm just kind of guiding it with my fingers
Okay.
more than this. So you weren't quite understanding what I was
Okay.
saying. So yeah, have your hand here, and then the same on this side. Have your hand more on the board, and all you're doing. See, these routers, and this for you too, guys. These routers they'll go exactly where you want them to go. And Dad taught me back when I was his age that it's not like you're trying to make this router. It's not like you're trying to muscle this thing. All you're trying to do is just guide it. The router wants to go where you want it to go. So all you're doing is guiding it. That's why, for us, we don't have to have big, huge, massive handles. These little knobs are good enough, especially when you're cutting this cedar. It's very, very soft. So just think about that. Don't think that you have to manhandle this.
Right.
It's just a matter of guiding it where you want it to go.
Okay.
Okay, so this hand goes, down here, and that hand goes there. So try that without the router running and show me that you understand what I'm saying. That's a little bit better. You'll find your own feeling to it.
Okay.
But yeah, keep those hands in contact with the board. Now, once you're over here, it'll be with a board on both sides, but since you're not there, so keep in contact with the table and with the board over here, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's finish up that letter and do another one. There you go. Good. Good.
Okay, move the router over,
Yeah, they want to be able to see,
and
see
now
what you've done here.
on that board, turn it up so we get a good picture of those letters
Well, go
that
ahead
you
and-
just carved.
Go ahead and set the router down. I'll take it over here.
Well, I wanted you to turn it up right where it was,
Oh.
but what you've got there is all right. Let me zoom in on it.
Okay.
I think we'll do a couple more letters.
Mhm.
We'll do the other E, and then we'll do at least one or two of those O's. Now, when you laid out the O's, you'll notice that this one is skinnier than this one because it kind of moved on you. That's what happened. See, this is the size of the regular O here.
Right.
This one, actually, this one moved a little bit on you too, but that one really moved on you. That's why it's really skinny. So I think we're just going to skip that, and we're going to go on to the full size O.
Okay.
You see, that's the size it should be right,
Right.
there. You get that, Grandpa?
Got
All
it.
right. So I'll put the router back where it was. So go ahead and do that E. Try and remember all that stuff. Not bad at all. Good job, dude. Not bad at all. Those are looking pretty good. All right, so let's do one more. That O is going to be a little bit different for you. So go ahead and do this one right here. And I think we'll probably stop with that. Okay?
Okay.
So, let's see. Try and go the other direction, which means start here at the top and go counterclockwise. On these, you were going kind of clockwise. So on this one, try and go counterclockwise and see how that works out.
Okay.
Okay. So now, one thing too, and I noticed on this one you did it exactly right. On these two, when you turn the router on, you kind of set it straight down in like that. But on
Right.
this one, you remembered, because I know that's the way I taught you. You put the edge of the router base and then you come down into it, right?
Right.
You remembered that on the third one. I was wondering how long it would take you. That's good. again, you kind of forgot a little bit, Eric. You had your hand up like this on this side. You didn't pay attention over there. Whereas you really should have, you would have had better control had you had your hand down on the board.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So for next time, remember that, and you'll have some more time to practice. So, but not bad at all. So you guys, I'm hoping this is valuable for you guys. Oh, you want me to turn it around? I'm hoping that, guys, that this is valuable for you. There's a lot of things that Dad and I just know because we've done it for so long that we don't even think about it. That this is really, I like doing this. Number one, because it's Eric, and I love teaching him stuff, like when we went out kayak fishing a few months ago. So I love that. But number two, it gets my brain going to things that we do, that Dad and I do automatically, that we don't even think about, just because we've done it so many times. So like even just grabbing the router and having contact with there. But you did, Eric. You did fine, Eric. You did good, buddy. You did really good. And just to let you guys know, I forgot the earmuffs. He really should be wearing ear protection along with eye protection. Next time we'll definitely have that set up. Just I just forgot. So anyway, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good. Well, this is a good thing. We're still okay.
I'm not dead yet.
Not yet. Okay, so I think that's it for today, you guys. I hope this was valuable for you. We're trying to, make sure that we give you guys stuff that you can use, so it gives you an idea. I think that if I remember right, Eric's only been with a router in his hand maybe 4, 5, 6 times. So
And he's how old?
how old?
14.
14.
That's almost what you were
Yeah.
when you started.
Yeah, I was 11, 12 when I first put the router in my hand. So anyway, you guys, we'll see you tomorrow morning on Coffee and Questions. So remember about the website. If you have any questions, you need anything, just email us or give us a call and we'll take care of you. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed to our channel. So we'll see you tomorrow morning on Coffee and Questions. Have a great night, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.